Good morning. We're back here at the community centre with Heather and Joe this week to do a cook-off. And today we're actually going to be doing beef stroganoff, Joe versus Heather. So what I'll do now is I'll start with Joe. Joe will explain what her version is going to be, and then we will go across to Heather. Okay, Joe, over to you.
Okay, so what I'm doing today is I'm taking the cheats way out. I've gone and bought a beef stroganoff pack, which I'm going to use, and I'm going to follow the recipe on the back here. So it's a fairly basic recipe. When Heather and I looked at our ingredients together, we've got a lot of the same ingredients, and really this is sort of one of the differences. So basically all that's in mine is, my beef's in the fridge, we'll grab that in a second, onions, mushrooms, beef, and here's a bit of garnish, and of course my recipe mix and some sour cream to put at the end. So this recipe will take approximately 30 minutes in whole to cook. And here's our beef. We're both using the same beef. We're using some lovely sirloin that was on special. So
Joe, all of this has been sourced locally, has it? At our supermarket? Excellent.
Absolutely. Right down to the fact that we were lucky enough to go out to our community gardens and find some lovely flat parsley out there.
Cool.
So yep, this was all just bought in Ravenshoe today. And I'm sort of ready to go, but as I said to you, my recipe is actually going to take 30 minutes. So I guess the idea of this quick, convenient meal, I might have just lost a point already, but let's go over to Heather and have a yarn with what she's doing.
So we're going to talk to Heather and see what Heather's doing.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, so as Joe said, we're making beef stroganoff. We've got our beautiful steak that we both got exactly the same here. I have got flat leaf parsley, the same as out of our beautiful garden. We've got our mushrooms, our onions, and I've got a couple of special ingredients. I've got pickles here, which we all have in our cupboards most of the time. They could be bigger ones or smaller ones, okay? I'm going to use the juice out of the pickles in our recipe. I'm also going to use some beautiful sweet paprika, which will go on our steak. Some lemon zest. I'm going to chuck in with chilli because I like chilli, and I'm sure there's chilli in that one. Our garlic, our salt and pepper. We are going to use apple juice, but the recipe actually says to use brandy to flame off, but we're going to use apple juice today because we don't use alcohol here.
Not only that, I think that a lot of people don't have brandy in their cupboards, do they?
So a bit of apple juice, most people.
Not too sure about that, ladies, but anyway.
Okay. And I'm going to use Greek yogurt at the end. Okay. And Joe's using?
I'm actually using sour cream.
Yeah.
So obviously the Greek yogurt is a better health choice. Yes. But I do love a bit of sour cream, and that's what the recipe asks for. So let's give her a go and get.
Or you could use, actually, if you wish, coconut milk too, which will do the same thing. It just gives that rich flavour at the end, okay? So it's preference to what you prefer. Or you could use cream. Or you could just use a really beautiful, say, Mungali thick milk. The one that's got the cream on the top at the end too, you could use that. So it's all a matter of choice and what you have in your cupboard, and that's what we're trying to say. It's what you've got in your cupboard or your garden. Improvise if you haven't got absolutely everything. Okay, who's going to start?
All right, well, let's start at the same time. We know that yours is actually going to be cooked a bit quicker than what mine is, oddly. But let's start. And I guess this is fairly easy in the fact that I've just got to turn on my heat and throw the steak in. So
this is going to take a little bit longer in prepping.
Okay.
So what I've done already this morning is I've prepped my beautiful red onions. And as everybody knows, I much prefer to cook with red onions. Okay, so I've cut those fairly finely. Now, if you've got a food processor, you can actually put them through your processor and they'll chop them a lot finer. I've also chopped some beautiful gherkins, okay, like I said. So we're going to actually put those in with our onions.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, with your gherkin mix or pickles, you also have, that's got lovely herbs and spices in those, so we're not going to waste that. We're actually going to pour some of that lovely juice through there and then put that to one side. We're going to add some salt and pepper. We like to add seasoning to things. You can always add more afterwards, but to cook with them is much better if you can, okay? If you can't use salt, don't put salt in, add a bit more pepper. So we're just going to mix this through beautifully, okay? And then with that we are going to add some of our beautiful flat leaf parsley. So we're going to use right from the stems here because the stems are absolutely gorgeous, and Jo did a really good job picking these today. And they're amazing what we've got in the garden today. Those girls have been doing so well. So okay, we're going to have some stalks and some of the parsley itself.
I think at some point, maybe
can
not
you smell
today, but when you do another cooking session, what we might do is take a quick whiz around the community garden, so everybody that can see what amazing community garden we have here and the amazing people that organise it and run it.
That's right. So we've got absolutely a beautiful smell already happening here with just the salt and pepper, and the parsley is
sure.
amazing. Okay, so we're just going to put our little bit of parsley to one side because we're going to use a little bit of that afterwards.
Is that got that pickle juice in it yet?
Yes, I've put the pickle juice in.
And at this point, I just want to make mention of Jo's very creative chef hat that she made herself.
Well,
So-
actually, no, I didn't.
You didn't?
Christina, our lovely receptionist here, made this for me today. So,
well, I think it looks excellent.
and she does come from a cooking background, so she
There you
certainly
go.
knows from the chef's hat.
That's right. Okay,
Wonderful.
so what I'm doing here now, Jo's actually browning her meat off. I've just put a couple of tablespoons of oil in my pan. I'm just going to quickly turn it on. And we're going to add our mushrooms. So this is a little bit different. So Jo's cooking her steak. So I'm just going to break my mushrooms up so they're all different sizes. Now, we're just using these button mushrooms today. Certainly button mushrooms, well, common ones anyway. But there's all sorts of different mushrooms. There's some really big ones at the moment, which are absolutely gorgeous. And then you've got all your other ones that we can use as well. So just break them all up in there. And if you're growing mushrooms, that's even better. I don't know how well they grow up here, though.
I think they do pretty well.
Yeah?
Now this is smelling, it's not fantastic. I sort of, that smell when you first cook up meat, it's not all that tantalising. I guess it might start smelling a bit better when the onions go in.
It will get interesting from this point, I think.
Yes.
So we're going to get these going. The mushrooms take a little bit longer to cook down. So we're just going to cook those down for a few minutes. While they're cooking down, I've got my beautiful steak here. Okay, so what we're going to do with this is we are going to add our salt and pepper. Let it go. A little bit of pepper. And the secret ingredients, which is sweet paprika. Now this will help coat the meat and give it a really good flavour. So we're just going to toss that around a bit, making it look really red. And sweet paprika is amazing. There's so many dishes you can use sweet paprika in, and I think we've used it a fair bit in our cooking recently.
We have.
So we're just going to let that sit to one side, and I'm just going to wet my hands, and then we're going to put some lemon juice on that.
And then, excellent, excellent.
And Jo's meat's slowly browning off.
It is slowly
Starting to
browning
look good. Nice colour.
So just wanted to have a bit of a read. We know that the main ingredients here that Heather is using is paprika, lemon rind, salt and pepper obviously, and a bit of garlic. So I just wanted to read to you what is in our recipe, in our packet. Now I have to admit we did actually scour the supermarket and we looked at the ingredients. This isn't too bad. There were some pre-made sauce mixes that you read the ingredients and sort of put it back on the shelf. This one isn't too bad, but let's have a bit of a read. There's a couple of things in here that people may not be quite comfortable with. So it's got stock powder in it, cornstarch, vegetable fat. The vegetable fat is also got some rosemary extract in it and sunflower lecithin. If I can't say it, I don't like to eat it, but anyway. It's got iodized salt, potato starch, sugar, yeast extract, garlic, soy sauce derived from wheat, burnt sugar, vegetable pea flour, onion, tomato, skim milk. The spices are paprika extract, white pepper, nutmegs. The herbs are parsley, coriander, and of course it's got food acid. The package does actually warn that it may contain soya and milk. Well, it's actually got soy sauce in it, so hello. It's actually got milk in it, so yeah, probably. And it may also contain fish, celery, and mustard. But I do have to say that out of some of the pre-made stuff that I looked at, not as bad as others. So here we go. think my meat's ready to have the onion. Now this was interesting because they're saying to me to put my onion and my mushrooms in at the same time. So
But mushrooms do take a while to cook down the same as onions, so maybe that's why.
that could be why.
Yeah.
And it is, now that I've got this in, it's already starting like your mushrooms are smelling good.
Sorry, darling. Okay, so this wonderful mixture here, we're going to take 3/4 of this, and I'm draining it out a little bit, and put in here.
I'm just going to go in a bit closer so everybody can hear
The
the
sizzle.
sizzle on both hands. So we have stereo sizzle here.
Do that stereo sizzle.
So I'm just going to put it on there.
It's not too bad. Oh, no. This isn't too bad, this is good.
No, that's not smelling okay.
It's not, and look, you know, I don't want to trash packet mixes, I don't want to trash easy meals. One of the great things about cooking always is if you do it as a family, it makes all the
Oh,
difference.
definitely.
I have a rule in my house. My son is in his late teenage years. If he wants a good meal, we have a couple of philosophies. If he wants something really good for dinner, he comes and helps me cook. If he wants something mediocre for dinner, then he doesn't come and help me, and I'll throw something in the oven that's a pre-cooked meal, or else he helps himself. So we actually find that the best outcome is always him coming and cooking. We get a better meal, and it's also a really good time
Yeah.
to spend together.
Definitely.
Both of us have done the Jamie's Ministry of Food Cooking course. And every time we cook, we not only connect and talk about other things, we don't just talk about cooking, but there's little skills that he's learning, and he doesn't even know he's learning them, and I
Isn't
like
that
that. I
wonderful?
like
Isn't that
that.
wonderful?
Yeah.
And also, we want to thank Queensland Health too for this funding, because without that, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Absolutely.
And with this time of not being able to have, for me, not being able to have the young people over from schools, it's actually giving me something else during the week, because I love to cook and I just found it really hard not to. So thank you, Queensland Health and Triac funding.
Yes, so this is part of our
Okay.
community connections.
So that's beautifully cooked there. Okay, so we're just going to pop this, and I'm going to do it towards me because I don't want to splash it in a pan and put to one side. So we're going to put a little bit more oil in our pan, just a tad will do it. And then we're going to add our beef
Oh,
with our sweet paprika in. And I've just put a little bit of garlic through that as well, which will mix once we get that in there. That pan's ready. And Joe and I have got exactly the same cuts that we bought in town, and they were actually quite reasonable, weren't they, Joe?
the what word? Sorry?
The cuts of meat.
Yes, actually they were. There was sirloin was on special this week, so that was really good. Now I'm actually ready to now mix in my recipe. I have to mix with this to 330 ml of water. What am I going to stir it? Can't stir yours.
You need a fork.
I can have your spoon.
Because it only had a bit
All
of
right,
garlic on it. I'll let
okay.
you use that, that's okay.
I'm the unprepared chef. All right, so I've got to put this in and bring it to the boil. It smells, it's a bit, this will make a difference though. Right. Looks like I did something wrong, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure it will all mix in.
Oh no, I think that'll be fine.
It'll be fine, all right.
It's just we've used big pans today too, rather
Yep.
than using. I'd rather use, Joe probably the same, a bigger pan and not have it splash
Spill out.
over the side.
Not that it makes
And
any
wasting
difference
anything.
when I'm cooking.
Because then it doesn't waste as well, it falls back into the pan. So
Okay,
that's it, both
I'm
of the
actually going to put a lid on this.
Yep.
And let it simmer.
So what time do you need?
I actually need another 20 minutes.
Okay,
This is
so
something
we're
really-
11:24 now.
11:24. Okay. Pop that lid on. Oh no, actually I can make it bubble. It's not bubbling.
Got a couple of bubbles.
It's got a half. Not sure if I like the idea of bubbling my meat, but anyway, here we go. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Boiling bubble. It is, mine's starting to look stroganoffy.
It is,
Yeah.
definitely. And see how it's beautifully coated, mine is with the red paprika. And can you smell the paprika and the garlic?
Oh, yeah.
Just
I
my
can.
imagination's
No,
right.
Absolutely.
Okay. And once this is cooked off a little bit more, what we're going to do is add this beautiful juice back in to there, and then we'll add our Greek yogurt, and voila.
So let's talk about what this cost us.
Okay.
It actually worked out that it wasn't any more expensive to buy this. In actual fact, provided that you do have some pickles in your cupboard and a splash of orange juice, which is, you don't actually need that.
No.
But if you have that, the rest, it works out about exactly the same amount. Sour cream, the Greek yogurt was approximately the same. I think this was 20 cents more expensive. This packet mix was about $2.30. You're using a bit of paprika here, probably 50 cents worth of paprika.
Yeah.
Another 20 cents worth of garlic, a dash of orange juice.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a huge price
And
difference.
you know, if you haven't got orange juice, I think you could probably just, if you've got oranges on your tree,
Yep.
you could just squeeze an orange, actually, which probably would be much better.
Yep.
Or even, I know when we looked it up, instead of using the brandy, I think they said lemons as well.
They
didn't
actually,
they?
yeah, they said you could use, because we wanted a substitute for the brandy. The brandy's all about that exciting sizzling of meat. And if you say, yep, any sort of citrus juice, you could substitute for it. So,
I think mine's just about ready to sizzle.
right, I'm going to put this down. So at the moment where we're sitting is time factor and convenience. Look, there's not as many steps I have to follow, but we basically had to spend the same amount of time in
Getting to
prep.
this stage, yeah.
Getting to this stage. So this one's about to turn down, and you're actually probably going to finish up before I do, but I've still got 20 minutes here of getting it down and popping a lid on it. And all I have to do is, once I'm just about ready to serve, is I put my sour cream in.
So I'm just going to put a little bit of apple juice. Now, if you want to flame some, you pick it up and flame it. This won't flame, okay? But it's just to give it a bit of taste.
That's some good sizzle stuff.
That looks great,
That's
yeah.
it is sizzling
Oh,
nicely.
beautiful.
Just going to just add a touch more and that'll be fine. So guess what? We have apple juice.